Test, test. And I guess we're gonna see how the microphone is working, aren't we? Hopefully all is good. Alright. And we're off. Just wanted to kind of come on and introduce my channel. We're going to be making some changes. Last, I guess, spring, I did a video showing off my bike, and today's the day we implement the very first video. If you haven't seen that video, this is a 2020 Harley Davidson Iron 1200. I got it fall of, I guess, 2021 or spring of 2020. Yeah, spring of 2020. Obviously, it doesn't come stock like this. This bike came with those mini apes that, you know, most Harleys do. And I can't stand them. Never been a big fan of them. They put your hands in kind of really positions where at least I feel I don't have as much control. As a kid, I grew up riding dirt bikes, and so the MX style bars are extremely comfortable to me. I feel like I have way more control over the bars and bike with these bars. I did the work on the bike myself. I had done some research into just having them do it, but just to do the bar change, I think they wanted like $1,200 or something like that, and I am more than capable of doing it myself. My biggest apprehension was having enough room, because I do live in a mobile home, so I have a shed and it's too small. I really can't work on it in there. But they wanted way too much money, and I couldn't pay that much money to do it. So I had talked to my brother, and as soon as the snow melted, it got delivered in February. As soon as the snow melted enough and it warmed up enough to where I could get somewhat clear roads, I drove it up to his house, because he had enough room in his garage for me to put it, and I started disassembling it. It was pretty straightforward. I got lucky because the bars that are on it from the factory are the mini apes, like I said, and because of the mini apes, the clutch cable, the brake cable, and all that, you know, were long enough to where I was able to make the riser and bar change without having to redo the cables and put all new cables on it, which was really nice, because that, you know, a new set of cables, it gets costly quick. And I know part of what Harley would have been charging me for would be to put the cables on, but you know, it really didn't need them, so it was just, you know, unnecessarily spent money if I would have went that route. Once I got the bike done, I was super happy, and I had a few hiccups. I originally wanted to move the speedometer up to the top of the riser, under the clamp, and I will eventually do it sometime, but I haven't done it yet. I've got the extension cables. I'll do it sometime this summer and get it moved up there, but I haven't done it yet. I will. Which, I guess, I want to get a bar bag. Oh, I have a bar bag, but because of where the speedometer is, I can't. If I put the bar bag on, I can't see the speedometer. So by the time I was done riding last season, the time had run out to put it in, so I just thought, well, I have to wait till next year's project. When I purchased this, I had originally wanted to go with when I went to the dealership, I went to the dealership with the intention of getting a Lowrider S. While I was waiting to be helped, I just kind of wandered around, and as I was walking around, you know, the price difference between one of these Sportsters and the Lowrider S is, you know, fairly significant. And the bars and the risers and all that, I wanted to do from the very beginning of purchasing it. So that in mind, if I would have bought the Lowrider, I think they were asking, I don't know, $21,000 or something like that for it. But if I would have bought that, I would have, you know, really upped, I would have really upped my cost. So I ended up realizing that I could go with this Iron 1200 for shit like half the money, and I could go for like half the money and do everything I want to do to it. So I did end up going this route, but I will say I was pleasantly surprised when I first got it. It's got the red, white, and blue, you know, AMF graphics, and I didn't really care for them. That was one of the big turnoffs with this bike. However, I ended up purchasing it, and as I started, you know, putting stuff on it and building the bike, I quickly realized, you know, the red grips, the red flow pegs, the red shifter, and, you know, I got the hand guards with my TikTok handle there, and I got the Instagram handle there. YouTube handles on the swing arm. I thought, actually, it looks pretty good. Well, then 4th of July came around, and, you know, it ended up working out really good, because we went camping and I ended up really liking it. It looked good. I get a lot of compliments on it, and to be honest, it's kind of a basic build. Nothing was extremely difficult, but when asked, I can say I did it. which, you know, I'm proud of that. But yeah, it's a good little setup. I like it a lot. And the one thing I will say is I really think that Harley Davidson made a big mistake this year eliminating this bike. You know, I don't know or claim to know why they got rid of this one and kept the 883. I'm not sure of that. But I don't know why you wouldn't keep this one and get rid of the 883 and keep this bike. I am not a big fan of the new Sportster. I don't know, not a fan. I know there's a lot of people that like it and there's a lot of people that don't, but I am definitely not a big fan. But anyways, I just wanted to jump on here and